Anyway, I was happy to be here. Why? Because the stalwarts of IRIA is my classmates, both Dr. Pradeep and Mohan. So I just wanted to meet and have our sweet memories in medical colleges. Medical college actually I came here, but this workshop, especially for Radiologists Association and also for the gynecologists, when the state government or government of Kerala planned to have such a workshop over here, and the reason already told by Dr. Sunil and Dr. Bibin, and to tell you frankly, when the health service department have this inspection all over Kerala, it was really an eye-opener for us. Why? Because this act was in place over the last 20 years almost. And we are totally ignorant about the various aspects of the rule. The act, we as doctors think it is always with the lawyers. And we purposely, or rather, didn't take any efforts to know the main aspects of this act. This I came to know that recently we had, as a part of Safe Kerala, Government of Kerala has introduced a project known as Safe Kerala, and as a part of this, government is planning to have a statewide one-day surprise inspection for different categories, and as per the National Monitoring Committee, they also suggested certain points to be evaluated. We thought of having a statewide inspection. That time here in Kerala, I can tell you 2-3 things. When we visited certain institutions, the doctors, especially the gynecologists who are doing the scan, they don't know the basic act. They was just saying that, ma'am, we didn't know that we have to keep all these records, all these registers. That's why we didn't keep. And they didn't even know that it is a criminal offense, and up to imprisonment is a part of not abiding by this rule or act. So I think we don't find the inspection process as a fault-finding exercise of our department. It is a fact-finding. Based on the facts, we are giving this sort of awareness program. And the National Monitoring Committee also suggested that, saying that first you have the awareness for the radiologists, who are the backbones of this act. For me, you are the people who has to disseminate this knowledge, or rather the information that you are gaining or acquiring today by the 2 experts here, and you will have to disseminate to all the people. And Government of Kerala and the Health Service Department are always supportive for this program by giving awareness, because we have got, now the fees has increased. We have surplus money with us. You know, the registration fee is 35,000 and 25,000 based on the large and small one. So these funds can only be used for these type of awareness program, IEC activities and various inspection process. And you all know that the Clinical Establishment Act is also due. So when it comes, you have to have all these in place. So my humble request and appeal to the radiologists and the gynecologists. And one more thing, the gynecologists are supposed to do the obstetric scan. And Government of India has issued an order for that also. If the gynecologists are doing this scan, we are ready to give scan. In the last DMO's conference, even the chairmanship of Director of Health Service, it was being discussed. So another appeal that whether the Radiologists Association is willing, we can very well entrust the training of only the gynecologist for doing the obstetric scan. Because in government we have got a special scheme, free scheme to all the pregnant women. The Janani Shichu Surasha Karikram, the JS scheme. That entitlement says that the pregnant women is entitlement, it's an entitlement. should be given free treatment and from the time of diagnosis of pregnancy till 42 days after delivery. And one in Kerala, minimum 5 scans are done during the pregnancy period. If as per the we used to say radiologists are very rare species because we are not getting radiologists. That's why we are requesting the training component. And the latest amendment says that the 6 months training for the MBBS graduate also. So government has taken a step towards that. You have to cooperate with it. And for this JSSK entitlement, we have to do this scan free of cost. So it will be a huge burden if we are not getting enough trained radiologists, to do the scanning. It will be a big problem or rather issue for us. And to overcome that, our request from our government and the department is, you are the people to help us out. So we are having the first step here by having the awareness program, the latest PNDT Act is before us. You go through it, whatever way you can support us, please be with us. We will move as a team for making this law, because after 20 years, these past 2 years only we have achieved this. And in Ernakulam, I can say that even the former DMO was also very particular about the inspection. We have seized 3 missions and one after the proper correction, and we have given it back. One is still with us and the case is in the court. So, in order to avoid all these situations, please abide by these Act rules and also give your knowledge to others by way of imparting training. That's my humble request. And with this humble appeal, may I declare that this workshop is being inaugurated. Thank you.
Respected President of the function, Dr. Sunil Kumar, Dr. Beena, who has just inaugurated the function, President of IRIA, Dr. Pradeep, our invited guests, my dear friends and colleagues. As Beena started, I am also very happy here to stand before you on 2 grounds. One, we 3 classmates are in the stage and all of us are going to bore you with our speeches. Number 2, after the IRIA National Conference wherein about 3,500 radiologists participated, this is the largest gathering of radiologists happening in Kerala today, and hats off to the Health Department for organizing all of us. PNDT Act is there and we have to obey it, and that's what we decided in the last IRIA National Conference and in every national conference after the Act was passed by the Indian Parliament. And we have told each and every member that it has to be obeyed in letter and spirit. The spirit, what is the spirit of the Act? The spirit of the Act is that female fetuses should not be identified, because if it is identified, some will kill it. And when you reflect it, you feel terribly ashamed to be an Indian. When a pregnant person comes to you and somebody identifies the sex of that fetus father, mother, grandfather, granduncle, some of them may kill it. And that is India. So that's a very bad act on us. It tells us that Indians are such dangerous people who will kill their own fetus, their own baby. We just extend it to another area. Every day we see in the newspaper rape is happening in the national capital, Delhi. Now Parliament passes an act. If you are going to the street of New Delhi, you should wear such a dress that your sex is not identified. you should dress in such a way that your sex is not known, so that you will be protected. Of course, somebody says that it is a shame on us. This act is a shame on us. But then, such an act was necessary. That is the tragedy. That is the tragedy, and that is why we are having meetings. Because in Haryana or in Madhya Pradesh or in UP, I am just mentioning some states. In fact, I can mention every state other than Kerala and Pondicherry, where the number of females are much less than the number of male. It is 900, it is 880. And nature has made it such a way that it must be 1:1, so that the generations will continue. But in some states of India, it is like that. And that is why such a act has to be passed, and it's a shame on all of us. But of course, I should thank Sabu George for taking such an initiative to get that act. But still, that an act should not be there in the statutes, because we should see that female children, female fetuses are loved, protected by us. And once such a day comes, we can remove that act. Till then, we have to obey that act. And in Kerala, before the act, in spite of the act, nothing is happening. We are protecting the females. We are protecting the girl child. We are protecting. Of course, I can probably say that I got only one girl child. So most of us are like that. And we are there to protect. But now, people are making allegation that this is happening in Kerala also. And people are making certain statistics and tell us that you are doing this. And this statistics apparently makes people think that something is happening. And this propaganda is absolutely wrong. It is not based on facts. Because as on today, 2012 statistics says that for every 1,000 male, we have got 1,084 females. Absolutely fine. Now, consider 1 to 6 population, 0 to 6 population at the time of birth. Why are we saying 0 to 6? Because census takes calculation of 0 to 6 only. And the 0 to 6 population, for every 1,000 male boy, there are only 960 females. So something is 964, 968, 950, this is. So many people told me that something is happening in Kerala. But then I went deep into the subject. We took the statistics. Anywhere in the world, for every 1,000 male in 1 to 6, it must be 950 only. Why? The life expectancy of a male in Kerala is 72 years. And the life expectancy of a female in Kerala is 76. In India, life expectancy of a male is 60, I think 64 or something, and 68 for the female. That is, there is a 3-4 year gap. Female lives longer. The nature has made it such a way that female has to live longer, female has to resist all the problems, so that the generations will continue. And nature has made it such a way that for every 100 females born, there will be 105 males. So there will be slight edge of number of males, so that when it finally comes, the population will be almost 1:1 or little above 1:1. So if it is 960, it is absolutely normal. It is 950, it is absolutely normal. Even up to 940, it is absolutely normal. If it is 900, something is seriously wrong. If it is 880, something is seriously wrong. You take the statistics of Haryana, it is 880 or 900. You take the statistics of some other state, it is like that. But Kerala, it is 968. And in, I think even district-wise, if you look, it's almost the same. You take the statistics of USA, same. You take the statistics of UK, it is same, 950, around 950. So 950 is normal, there is no feticide, it is not happening. But then, will it happen? Now we are at risk. Kerala state is at risk because we have got 30 lakhs non-Keralite population in Kerala. And we don't know whether they will continue the tradition what they have been doing in Haryana or in Assam or in Bengal. If they continue that tradition, then the fetuses who are now in Kerala, not belonging to Kerala, are at risk. And therefore, we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. The Act says that you must register your facility. Why should you register the facility? You must register the facility if, when you violate the Act, this registration has to be removed. So your registration can be removed if and only if you register. So that's very important. You can be given a driving license, and if you violate, your driving license can be removed. It can be taken away. That is why you should register. And number two, every person doing scan should be registered, because we will start a facility with one person, suddenly that person disappears, and you use another person honestly. You forget to register his name, but then that is a gross violation. Because if he is not registered, it will be difficult to take action against him. As a member of Medical Council, I can say that Medical Council is also seeing it very seriously, and we are removing the people who are violating this Act, and we are erasing their name. That is happening in Maharashtra. We hope this will not happen in Kerala. The problem happening in Kerala is that we are just careless. We are not filling the form properly. We are forgetting to sign. We are forgetting to keep this thing. But to the best of my knowledge, nobody is identifying sex. But then there may be people who are going to request you, and at that time we must be very careful, and we should see that it does not happen. Just one more point, and I'll stop my discussion. Number one, we are registering the centers which are capable of identifying sex. Okay, fine. Once the sex is identified, what happens? Just assume that in places where feticide is happening, the pregnancy has to be terminated. And it is happening in the MTP centers. They are not registered. So the centers which are doing the termination are not registered. They are not monitored. Why they are not monitored? So there must be monitoring of the centers which are doing the pregnancy termination, and they should give a affidavit, a form or some other form that sex was not known before doing the medical termination of pregnancy. That's very important. So you are saying that the person who is likely to identify sex is criminal, but the person who is terminating the pregnancy is away from the Act. Sabu George can actually use your influence, and that it has to be there. And also now gynecologists can do the scan. Gynecologists can terminate the pregnancy, and the scan component of the gynecologist alone is registered. The termination component of the gynecologist is not registered. Why it is so? So this Act is a shame on us. We know that, but this Act has to be there, because feticide are happening. So that the Act has to be made more sharp, more useful, and I hope the deliberations today will be extremely useful for us. Thank you so much.
ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് അതായത് സേഫ് കേരള എന്ന പേരിൽ 26-ാം തീയതി ഒരു പരിപാടി സംസ്ഥാനമൊട്ടാകെ നടത്തിയെങ്കിലും എറണാകുളം ജില്ലയിൽ ഒരു 3-4 വർഷമായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങൾ ഇൻസ്പെക്ഷൻ നടത്തുന്നുണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് തന്നെ പല സെൻറ്ററുകളിലും കുറേയൊക്കെ ഇമ്പ്രൂവ്മെൻറ്റ് ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ട്. എന്നിരുന്നാലും കഴിഞ്ഞ ആഴ്ചയിൽ പോയി നോക്കിയപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ചെറിയ അപാകതകൾ കണ്ടു. പക്ഷെ സീൽ ചെയ്ത സെൻറ്റർ യാതൊരു നിബന്ധനകളും പാലിക്കാതെ തന്നെയാണ് അത് പോയത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് ഇതൊരു തെറ്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫോൾട്ട് ഫൈൻഡിങ് ആയിട്ട് കാണരുത്. പല സംശയങ്ങളും എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉണ്ട്. ചിലർ പറയുന്നത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ചൊന്നും അറിവില്ല എന്നൊക്കെയാണ്. അപ്പം ഈ ഒരു വർക്ക്ഷോപ്പിന് ശേഷം നമ്മൾ എറണാകുളം ജില്ലയിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരെണ്ണം പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് മനസ്സിൽ വിചാരിച്ചിരുന്നപ്പോഴത്തേക്കുമാണ് കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം വിളിച്ചു പറഞ്ഞു നമ്മൾ ഇങ്ങനൊരു വർക്ക്ഷോപ്പ് എറണാകുളത്തുണ്ട് എന്ന്. അപ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഈ ഒരു വർക്ക്ഷോപ്പിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാവരെയും സംശയങ്ങൾ തീർക്കാൻ പറ്റും. ചിലയിടത്ത് ഡെമോയായിട്ട് സ്കാനിങ് മെഷീൻ ഇരിപ്പുണ്ട്, ചിലയിടത്ത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു മെഷീനുമില്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് എക്സാമിൻ ചെയ്തപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഒരു എമർജൻസി ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൽ ഇരിക്കുന്നു. പല സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലും ഒരു സ്റ്റോക്ക് തന്നെ എല്ലാത്തിൻ്റെയും ഉണ്ടോ എന്നുള്ളൊരു സംശയമുണ്ട്. അപ്പം ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഒക്കെ മനസ്സിലാക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും നമുക്ക് ഒരുമിച്ച് ഒരു നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ഈ PNDT കൊണ്ടുപോകാം. അതിനോടൊപ്പം ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടിയാണ്, നമുക്ക് MGP ആയിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് MGP ചെയ്യുന്ന അത് വില്ലിങ്നെസ് കാണിച്ചുകൊണ്ടുള്ള പല ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽസും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ തരാറുണ്ട്. ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ നിന്നും പോയി അത് വെരിഫൈ ചെയ്ത ശേഷം MGP ചെയ്യാമെന്നുള്ളൊരു സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ കൊടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ മെഡിക്കൽ ടെർമിനേഷൻ ടാബ്ലറ്റ് ഒക്കെ നമുക്ക് വാങ്ങിച്ച് കഴിക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഒരു കൃത്യം കണക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നില്ല. പക്ഷേ MGP ആക്ട് പ്രകാരം രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് നമ്മൾ MGP ഇത് നടത്തുന്നത്. അതിൻ്റെ റിപ്പോർട്ടുകൾ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പം എല്ലാവരും എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു മറ്റുള്ള റിപ്പോർട്ടിനോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ആ ചെയ്തൊരു റിപ്പോർട്ടും നൽകണം. അപ്പം ഈ ഒരു വർക്ക്ഷോപ്പിന് എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും നൽകുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.